Yeah.
But this well, we thought this, but those were...
Finally, we got this.
But isn't this is exactly the same thing. We thought, but maybe G6 Rook C7 is what he means. To
Then
always have...
I can't get my mechanism.
You can't get your mating mechanism anymore, yeah.
Go away.
Rook. Well, G7. Let's make sure we don't blunder anything.
Yeah, this maybe was not progress. Okay, if I don't have my mating mechanism, I'm out of ideas. Yeah, this is a nice resource.
This is not really a winning attempt by black, because after Rook E1, Rook F1, you can always go King E3 back, but it does feel like this could hold.
Sorry. Pramod NVS is saying, Peter, did you ever grow a beard? A stylish one? Question mark. You never know with Pramod.
Me like it. Yeah, I have a feeling, like, if this turns out to be like a really elaborate level,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, likelihood is it isn't. But that would be one of the better levels of all time, I think. If Pramod turned out to be a level. It's like, you know, high quality performance act what he's doing there.
Not since Andy Kaufman would we have seen anything like Pramod. Anyway, what's the answer to his question? Did you ever grow a stylish beard?
No. Well, I mean, I'm sitting here with a beard, and he's asking, and this is like the kind of a beard I grow. I never do anything to it. Like we've had this discussion with Olga, and we're kind of in agreement on this. We don't like the idea of styling beards.
Okay.
It should sort of grow naturally, and then when it starts itching, sort of past the point of tolerance, you shave it off and you start growing it again. That's like my MO in respect to beards. D5 played by Fabi. I guess you go Rook D6, D7 anyway, yeah. People are sending me regards in Russian in chat. Yeah, I noticed. I'm not going to reply in Russian though. I think it will confuse people.
Yep. Payback is asking, Jan, are you planning on making a series on a white opening? I really enjoyed the black series against D4. In general, there is a bit of an imbalance. We have more series for black than for white on the site, which I don't think is a coincidence, because in a way it's easier to do a repertoire for black.
Much
First of all, because it's easier to equalize and to find an advantage. And secondly, you have a feeling if you do a series for black, it might last for a while. While if you give some idea for white, nowadays it's normally ideas for one game and not like some steady advantage, then okay, people can do it once. It's like this old, give a man a fish and he can beat a fish for a day. But teach a man to fish and he can beat many fish. And it's much harder to, teach people to fish with the white pieces. That's why I sometimes entertain the idea, but it's very tough to do, especially in a video series format where you want stuff to last for a while. Maybe it would be more appropriate in a, like this opening clinic format where you can say, this is an idea, but it's very hard to last.
I did one series from the white side, and it was a very, very difficult challenge because it looked to me like I wasn't really like delivering on the promise the title claims. Like I was in my 63 Spanish series, there was a number of lines where I would say this is what I currently believe is the best option you have with white, but I firmly believe black is completely fine. And
that's not what people want to hear normally, which is the truth. But
I'm not lying. This is exactly what I think, and this is what I played in my own games. I'm being entirely honest, but you still feel like you're cheating the viewers out of some value there, which you aren't. Not really, but
no, I did it. Yeah, I did a series a long time ago, which I was happy with, but no one really liked it. Which my mom always told me, as long as you're happy, Jan. Where I was trying to explain, I will call it whatever, how to build your D4 repertoire. That for me, it's really much more like move ordering your opponent and getting them out of their normal repertoire, out of their comfort zone. I was talking about whatever. If they play the Grunfeld, it's interesting to play one c4 or one knight f3 and choose one of the anti-Grunfelds. If they're a Nimzo player and they don't like c4, e5, maybe you can try one c4 and e6, knight c3. There's added options. But generally, yeah, it's very hard for with white to just give, play this line and you will get a slight advantage. Because, you feel like you're sort of lying to people. You've seen it in the World Championship match. There are no lines which you play every game and they give you a slight advantage, else these dudes would do it.
Yeah.
Even though following Levon today looked like an interesting...
e8, just to keep you apprised of developments. It feels like black should be holding now, frankly, because in particular, now that you've driven the rook all the way to c8, your g6, g7 is slower by one tempo, which means that after, let's say, g6, rook e1, king d2, rook f1, after g7, white isn't in time to play rook a6 because g8 isn't a threat. So now
it's no longer mate.
Yeah, black can actually take, and it's very possible that this might be winning for black. Rook a6 is still quite annoying even here, frankly, but if all else fails, black has this option. And king h2, and if you queen... king h2 probably was a mistake, I probably should choose a different square.
All the squares available.
Yeah. But I want to play f2, and I would like there not to be a rook g2 check in white's armory here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Game's still continuing. It's still a very sharp position, but there probably is something quite good for black here. I'm not yet sure what it is, but I'd be surprised if this was horrible. Currently struggling to name what that is. It's a bit weird.
Well, what is?
That even in this position, the threat of rook a6 is overwhelmingly strong.
Why?
What do you want to play?
Yeah, I got nothing.
There is maybe an argument for after g6 playing something like rook g8, so this doesn't happen at all, or maybe playing rook g8 here. This might be a good idea. To just have rook takes g7 whenever the rook appears on a6, and then continuing the same. Also, it's important to note that the king probably has to go to g2 in all cases, because you don't want to be allowing e3. This is how you lose. So yeah, if white wanted... If white wanted to play g6, I feel that driving the rook to the 8th was not really particularly beneficial for him. And yeah, I can guess from context. Increment starts from move 61. People find it hard to actually believe that, but that is the time control they've chosen for this tournament. So yeah. Likely there will be a time trouble in this game until move 60, and then it will become slightly easier for Fabiano, I suspect. Game probably is quite likely maybe to finish by move 60. There are all these... I think Vladi now is wondering if he can go play for a win with rook b2, I mean rook b1. Not here, but like... yeah.
Here or
no,
here?
No, you want it with a check.
Speak for yourself.
But after rook b5, I still don't see what we've achieved as black. Yeah. Well, he is checking because I think he understands that he now does have, for all intents and purposes, he now has an immediate draw at his fingertips, and he is perfectly justified in trying to figure out if there's something more. But I don't think there is.
Nope. Let's briefly recap today's round. Don't worry, we're gonna be here till the end. But we won double attack.
Yeah, I think that was one of the tournaments in Baden.
Very possibly. Wesley So had a big advantage against Sergei Karyakin, came up with a nice exchange sacrifice, but then committed one inaccuracy, probably somewhere around here. He should just have played rook e2 or any move that defends this rook, Then he can continue with queen takes c4 without allowing knight f6 because his rook would be defended after.
And the Caruana Kramnik game did end in a draw, so we should just briefly check. And yeah, you can see it on your screen. They are already discussing, and that repetition we were sort of advertising for a while did finally happen. I think Fabi will feel that this is a definite opportunity missed.
Yeah, no surprises for me though. I expertly predicted that draw, so yeah. I think Fabi must have been winning at some point, but there was always some bubbling counterplay with his g5, c5, a5, whatnot. However, Fabi won't be happy. He went to the confessional earlier, said he liked his position a lot. But Vladimir Kramnik maintains his world number 2 spot by holding Fabi to a draw.
Another one of those all 2800s battles there will be.
And you've mentioned all these battles are extra relevant because you can qualify for the candidates tournament by rating. They only have 2 spots. So Wesley So, Vladimir Kramnik and Fabiano Caruana, the 3 2800s, not named Magnus Carlsen. I'm not sure if that's true.
No,
but these 3 dudes are in the running.
There's also currently Shahryar Mamedov, but
he's 2800.0. Wow.
Yeah.
But the favorites to gain the rating spots are Kramnik, So and Caruana. The rating spots are given by your average rating from every list of the 12 lists throughout the year 2017. So every game they play against each other has added importance for those lists.
So only one game is still remaining, and perhaps there have been some developments. People are asking why Wesley cannot play g5 right now. He can, but we were discussing this type of position somewhat earlier. And the thing is, we're not sure if white is winning this.
Or losing.
Yeah, and the thing is, now you've given up black. You've given up so much, and you've given black, I think, enough trumps to actually run some risks of losing. And that's not a particularly comfortable situation suddenly after being very much in control.